Today, we are playing the role of
entomologists who study insects
because the best way to learn is by observing, reflecting, and understanding. We will also see some insects found around us. We will focus on what insects eat and on their mouth parts. The topic for today:
how do insects eat?
How do they eat?
Insects. How do they eat? We have already made a table for this task. We will fill in the details as we observe them. The table has 4 columns: name of the insect, what does the insect eat, how does the insect eat, what are the insect's mouth parts like. So let's begin the investigation. Here's a butterfly. It's sitting on a flower and sucking its juice. There seems to be a long thin tube inside its mouth. She seems to have put the tube inside the flower and is sucking the juice through this tube. And here's a caterpillar sitting among the leaves. Caterpillar, young form of a butterfly. It's chewing on leaves.
They are chewing on a dead insect. This means that they have teeth-like parts inside their mouth.
There are mosquitoes hidden amidst the foliage.
One of them has bitten me and is sucking my blood
through that pore. A sponge-like part is attached to the fly's mouth.
It looks as if it's soaking in the juices.
It is clear from this table that insects eat different things and eat differently. So now let's try to understand what we observed. What is this round thing wrapped around the butterfly's mouth? This is its trunk. Trunk, that is, proboscis. When the butterfly sits on the flower, it opens its trunk, stretches it, and puts it inside the flower. It uses the proboscis to suck the juice from inside the flower like a straw. The trunk is perfectly adapted to reach the juice. The funny part is that young ones of butterflies and wasps, that is caterpillars, do not have the proboscis. They have teeth-like mouth parts. They eat their food by biting and gnawing at it. The teeth-like mouth parts perform the function of cutting the leaves and chopping them into small bits. Similarly, munching mouth parts are also found in grasshoppers, beetles, and ants. These are chewing and munching jaws. A pair of jaws called mandibles. The mandibles of ants also have saw-like structures on the inside so that they can easily munch.
Mouth parts like these are good not only for biting and munching, but they are also good for eating other insects.
We have all been bitten by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes too have a trunk-like mouth part. They pierce their food and suck it. There are teeth-like structures on both sides of the trunk. Mosquitoes make small holes on the skin of the organism from which to suck food, and with the help of these teeth-like structures, keep the pores open. The tube-like mouth part releases saliva before sucking blood. Saliva contains a special chemical that does not allow blood to clot. This helps the mosquito to suck blood easily. Only the female mosquitoes suck blood of other creatures. Males live only on plant juices. Here too, they drink the juice by piercing leaves with their mouth parts. Similar piercing and sucking type of mouthparts are found in bed bugs that live in our beds and mattresses, and also in lice that sometimes get into our hair. Bed bugs and lice both belong to the insect family. Flies reach wherever food is kept. Their mouthpart is also like a tube, but it has two parts on the front end. The fly sits on the food, saliva comes out from the upper part of the fly's trunk. This saliva liquefies the food. Such a liquid mixture can be easily absorbed.
All flies that do not bite eat by absorbing their food and feed themselves.
It is also a wonder to see a bee eating. There is a trunk-like part in its mouth too, but it also has mandibles. So it has both types of mouth parts, those that help in chewing and those that allow it to drink juice. In this type of mouth part, there is a special structure at the end of the trunk that licks the juice. Their jaws perform another function, making a hive and picking up pollen grains. Insect mouth parts are not just for eating, they do countless other things as well. Sometimes they lift things, sometimes they become weapons for protection, sometimes weapons for hunting, and sometimes they are artisans to build their houses. All this is done by the mouth parts. Insect mouth parts show some awesome adaptations. Small insects and their small mouths, but their mouth parts are so unique, like a bag of tools. So let's watch how insects eat their food once more. Insect mouth parts are of 5 types. First, mouth parts that suck like those of butterflies and wasps. Second, jaws for munching and chewing like the ones in ants and grasshoppers. Third, mouth parts that penetrate such as those in mosquitoes, lice and bedbugs. Fourth, mouth parts that absorb like those in flies. And fifth, mouth parts that bite and lick like the ones found in honeybees. A task for you today. Think about the insects that fly and walk around you. Examine them carefully. Get information about any one insect,
What it eats, how it eats, type of mouth parts, when does it eat. Discuss this amongst yourselves. Make a video and share.